Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the CPI. What is the CPI, you ask? Well, today we're going to talk about it. So the Consumer Price Index is what we're talking about, directly related to inflation. So when the CPI comes out and it's higher than expected, it means the feds are probably going to sit tight and not reduce the overnight lending rate. And what that affects eventually is mortgage rates. So mortgage rates will still stay high, and sentiment is that we are still in an inflationary period, and because of that, will the feds reduce the overnight lending rates in April or May or June? We don't know. But all of the pundits out there are saying, and all the outlets are saying, that certainly not now. Is a June cut in the cards? Nobody knows. And what does the cut look like? What would it look like to you? Well, in history, it has not been often that the feds have cut interest overnight lending rates more than 1/2 to 3/4 of a point. So what we're talking about is a very small move, and some people have said we'll have 3 rate cuts. Some people now are saying we'll have 2 because of inflation. So inflation takes into account all the consumer prices that are counted overall on increases or decreases. And so what it does is it takes a big swath and then combines them all and gives you a percentage of increase or decrease. Now, there's what's called core inflation. I'll explain that in a little tagline. Core inflation equals, and then there's the consumer price index, which is, and core inflation is correlated to the consumer price index. When CPI goes up, we have inflation. So what does that mean for the world? What does that mean for the United States? And what does that mean for stocks, treasuries, precious metals like gold? Gold is on a run. I remember 3 years ago, gold was $1,800. Now I think it's sitting at $2,200 plus an ounce. So things are definitely changing right now. I know that there are quite a few banks who actually purchased gold and wanted to have gold in reserves. So gold is actually starting to trend up, which is really interesting. Obviously, the barrel oil is up. Some people are saying it's going to go over 100. We've seen it go up and down. We've seen it go up and down in 1 year. We've seen it as low as 70 and as high as 90 in 1 year. So I think what I'm also hearing is lumber prices are going up. What does that mean? That means that the cost of building is also going to go up. So not a good thing, because we remember what happened when that cost of building went up. So builders had to buy a bunch of lumber, and then they bought that lumber at a higher price, but then couldn't sell their homes higher. So if there's a real estate adjustment down, then they're not going to be able to get the money out. They won't fall for that again. So what's going to happen, unfortunately, is I think builders will pull back until the price of lumber goes down, because there isn't a builder out there that wants to lose their shirt or almost lose their shirt again, because that period of time when lumber quadrupled was very painful for some very good builders out in our valley and in Idaho and probably across the nation. So great builders got really hurt by that, and that was just a real shame. And so I think builders will pull back because of that. And that's not good, because then it creates even more of an inventory shortage, and then that keeps all the prices high. So we're in a little bit of a pickle right now. Nobody has a crystal ball, but if you want to talk about real estate related plans for 2024, 2025, there is no better time to buy a house than now. I just suggest putting a little more money down, reduce that, or get a lower interest by buying your rate down. Let's have that conversation. And if you're looking for a home and you're a first-time home buyer, or you qualify for what's called the Community Reinvestment Act, let's have a conversation. I'd love to see you get into a home without having to pay property mortgage insurance and to get a better rate. So love to have a conversation with you. And as always, be safe, be happy, and be home in Idaho. Bye-bye.